A very good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dubai. Mina Siahi, the Dubai International Marine Club, for the second round of the 2015 UIM XCAT World Series. My name is Jack Nichols. I'm going to be talking at you throughout the weekend. And I am sat in the commentary box overlooking the finishing line in what is a spectacular view here in Dubai. So to those of you watching on our live stream, or to those of you here at the event itself, a very warm welcome to what should be a very entertaining 2 days of powerboat action, especially if the last round in Fujairah is anything to go by, because we had a thrilling SpeedCat run followed by a potentially even more thrilling first Grand Prix of the season. It was won by the Abu Dhabi team. Rashid Suhail Al-Taya and Falak Al-Mansouri took the victory, but that didn't tell half the story of the race, really, because it was Fazza, the boat number 3, that were leading the majority of the race, but they caught fire. T-Bone Station had an engine failure. Moad were forced out of the race as well. So it really was a race of attrition, and in the end it was Abu Dhabi team who came out on top, and as a result they are the boat that is at the top of the championship with 36 points. Because they picked up 1 point as well from the SpeedCat run. Hawes and Booze are in second place in the championship. Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli. And third in the championship, the newcomers, SweetCat Racing, Eric Stark and Mikael Bengtsson. As far as the entry list for this weekend is concerned, it's pretty much the same. We'll take you down through it. Boat number 2 is SweetCat Racing. Eric Stark and Mikael Bengtsson, the Swedish pairing, are in the orange number 2 boat. And then boat number 3, formerly known as Fazza, is now known as X-Dubai, Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi, and that is them going past the finish line now and out towards the sea. And that is the number 3 boat in its new white and gold livery. And that is Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi, the defending champions, continuing their assault on XCATs, but they are down in 8th place in the championship. They picked up 7 points for winning the SpeedCat run, but no points in the race. So there's some 29 points behind Abu Dhabi team at the top of the championship. So it's going to be really tough for them to try and close in. The number 5 boat is Abu Dhabi team, Rashid Al-Taya and Falak Al-Mansouri. Boat number 6 is Hawes and Booze, the Italian Nicolini squad. They have Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli piloting that boat. Boat number 7 is Dubai. Salim Al-Adidi and Issa Al-Ali, who had a good start to their race. They were running up in 3rd place in Fujairah, but then ran into issues and ended up dropping a long, long way back in the order. Number 8 is Team Saracen Australia. Bert Lerman and Anthony Defina, who overtook Dubai just towards the end of that race in Fujairah. Boat number 10 that's just gone past the finish line and is heading now up towards the furthest part of the course. That is T-Bone Station, Giovanni Carpitella and Ahmed Al-Khamili, who again were leading the race. Boat number 17, Abdulatif Al-Omani and Veronica Alderin. Boat number 20 is Marine Investimenti Sud, Serafino Barlesi and Alessandro Baroni. Boat number 22 is the one on the screen now, Videx. Alfredo Amato and Marco Panesi, they had a real up-and-down race in Fujairah. They couldn't get out for the pole session, so were at the back of the field, and then managed to get back towards the front, and then in the end had to retire from the race. So they'll be hoping for a little bit of a more straightforward event this time around. Boat number 28 is Air Team. Gian Maria Gabbiani and Francesco Carlo are the 2 Italians with Air Team, boat number 28. As on the screens we see a virtual eye look at the boats out there on the course. We'll talk about that in just 1 second. 46 is Lady Spain. Jay Price making his return to the series, and Roberto Lopiano. Boat number 50 is Moad, Gary Ballou and Joachim Kumlin, who again, they were running as high as 3rd in Fujairah before being forced into retirement. 96 boat is Yacht, Francois Pinelli and Salvo Bacho. And then finally, boat number 4 is the 4 Strokes for Future, Mohamed Al-Mari and Fatima Abdullah Al-Zabi. They are the 2 pilots in that boat number 4, which isn't eligible for championship points. It is out there testing the new 4-stroke engines that are set to be used going forward in the XCAT World Series, and they're just coming now past Logo Island, aren't they? About to loop around the final corner, so when they come past we'll have a little listen, because they do sound different, the 4 strokes, and I'm yet to hear them in person. But they're just about to come around the final corner as Team Saracen Australia are about to come across the finish line. And they just have, and are now heading out towards the sea once again. So the start-finish line on the virtual eye that we're seeing on the screen here is down in sort of the bottom right of the corner, just at the end of the jetty here at Mina Sayahi. Then the boats will head up towards the left-hand side, and around the course there is the sort of main hub where the wet pits are, just on that jetty down at the bottom there. I'm in that big orange tower there, the commentary box. Oh, and so through come the 4 strokes for future boat. It sounds very nice, actually. You can see it on the screen now. I quite like the sound of that 4-stroke. But anyway, it's not about the sound. It's about reliability and performance and safety. And in theory, the boats will be able to run 1 full season on 1 pair of engines. As far as the times are concerned at the moment, then Dubai are the only boat to have set a lap time so far, a 2-minute 34.57, but that's slower than they managed in the free practice session we had earlier on, so expect those times to come down. T-Bone Station have just come across the line to do a 3:23, so they were just gearing up for what will now be one of their quick laps. As we head down to have a look at T-Bone Station, boat number 10, Giovanni Carpatella and Ahmed Al-Khamili, hitting 170 kilometers an hour as they head out into the ocean. The sea will be a lot smoother here in Dubai than in Fujairah. It was pretty choppy when it came to race day in Fujairah. Well, it was too choppy on race day, and it got delayed to the next day. And even then, it was still pretty difficult conditions for the pilots out there on the course, but they managed to make it through. But a lot flatter surface here in Dubai. So there you can see Hawes and Booze, boat number 6, second in the championship. Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli coming around that far corner. Great to have Virtual Eye giving us this aspect on the event. So Dubai the quickest at the moment. Moad have gone second quickest, but are quite a way off Dubai. Dubai, just to remind you, is the number 3 boat of Aris Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi, the former Faza squad defending champions. As Lady Spain loop around the final corner. Great to see Jay Bryce back in the championship, because he's won races in XCATs before. And he and Roberto Lopiano could be quite a force to be reckoned with in that Lady Spain boat. They take over from Gold Coast Australia boat that was out in Fujairah, but we are hoping that the Gold Coast Australia boat will return for the 3rd round of the championship, which is set to be in Europe in a couple of months' time. So the 4 strokes for future has just come through. I really like that sound, actually. What sort of lap time have they done? A 2:48.64. Mohammed Al-Mari is a multiple XCAT World Series champion. And he is joined by Fatima Abdullah Al-Zabi, who herself has never done much powerboating in the past. She's a water sports enthusiast, and now has the opportunity to pilot this boat alongside Mohammed Al-Mari, which will be a great learning curve for her. So there, coming around the final corner, was Lady Spain. T-Bone Station have just gone second quickest, a 2-minute 39.17, which is still 5 seconds off the pace of Dubai at the moment. This is a 45-minute session, so we've got 33 minutes to go. And then later on this afternoon, we will have the Dubai Duty Free Speed Cat Run, which is always a great spectacle as the cars, boats even, go in a drag race. Basically from the right-hand side of where we're looking at the moment down towards the finish line, and it's always very entertaining. That Lady Spain boat that's just come through the first corner is not looking particularly happy out there, and the nose was awfully high coming into turn 1. But they've done a reasonable lap time, a 2:43.32. Jay Price and Roberto Lopiano Roberto Lopiano has raced in XCATs before, but not with quite the same success as Jay Price has had. But then not many powerboat racers have had the sort of success that Jay Price has had. So let's have a look at Videx and Team Saracen Australia. Look just to the right, coming around the final corner. Alfredo and Marto and Marco Panesi yet to set a competitive lap time. Maybe this will be the opportunity. Followed by Team Saracen Australia. It looked to me as though they were going reasonably slowly across the line there, Videx. We'll wait and see when the timings update, whether they've made any progress there. No, they're lapping in the 3 minutes, so about half a minute off the pace at the moment, Videx. So that's not the sort of pace we've come to expect from Alfredo Amato and Marco Panesi, so I imagine we'll be seeing them go quicker as the session progresses. You can see the yacht boats has just come out of the wet pits there, boat 96, and they'll stay to the left-hand side of the Skydive Dubai runway. As Videx now hurtle up the back stretch. So they're only getting sort of 160 kilometers an hour there, aren't they? And when you look at the yacht boats has just come out of the pits and then immediately blasted past them. So I wonder if Videx are having a few troubles out there, because the top speed is not the sort of speeds you'd expect. But we'll have to wait and see as the session progresses. It's going to get very busy across the finish line in a moment. There is Moad coming through. A 2:41.09 was their best lap so far. Gary Ballou and Joachim Kumlin, who have been shortening their boat pretty regularly as the years have gone by here, because they're in a Dugwright boat, which is different to most of the boats out here, which are made by the Victory team. But the Dugwright boats tend to be better in offshore water, so they've been trying to shorten it, or sort of rougher water, I should say. That Lady Spain boat doesn't really look happy at all coming into the first corner, but there's a great flyby through the high-rise area down here by the Palm. You can see Atlantis the Palm just to the right-hand side as the boats make their way up the stretch. It's quite busy out there on the course at the moment, but the order at the moment is X-Dubai leading, T-Bone Station are in second place, Moad are third, Lady Spain are in fourth, Hawes and Booze are fifth, then we've got Four Strokes for Future in sixth position. The boat is not eligible for points and podiums. I'm not sure if it will start the race in the position it qualifies in. I'd have thought it'll start at the back of the field, but we'll have to wait and see. Team Saracen Australia are 7th, Videx are 8th, and so we've had 8 boats set a time so far. Abu Dhabi team have just come across the line. You can see them there. Boat number 5 on the left-hand side, making their way through the first corner. There's Yachts, Francois Pinelli and Salbu Bacho. They had a very strong qualifying in Fujairah, a 4th place, but started to slip back during the race and in tyre, unfortunately. So hopefully they can perform a little better here. They too are in a Dugwright boat. 3 Dugwright boats in the field. The Moad boat, the yacht boat, and Rahib. I don't think we've seen Rahib out there either. Abdulatif Al-Omani and Veronica Alderin. So we're about to see boat 7, Dubai, come across the line. Salim Al-Adidi and Issa Al-Ali. They qualified very well in Fujairah, but slipped back during the race. Doesn't look as though they're going at full speed at the moment. With still 28 minutes of this session remaining. Hawes and Booze about to come through. The Los Angeles jeweler, Hawes and Booze, teaming up with the Nicolini offshore team. But now here come Abu Dhabi. Down past the Palm. These were the race winners last time out. Rashid Al-Tar and Falakh Al-Mansouri. Rashid Al-Taya had won races previously with alongside Jay Price, but it was great to see him and Falakh Al-Mansouri take victory in Fujairah. They were over the moon, as you'd imagine. And now they're coming around the far part of Logo Island, just disappearing behind there for a moment, and then there's a look at this Dubai Marina section. Only about 20 minutes from sort of downtown Dubai. And the Abu Dhabi team coming around the final turn. They're taking a strange line there, you can see, and that's in order to give them the fastest straight line speed across the line. You can see they sort of kicked out at the back of that final corner. That'll give them a straighter run, in theory, across the line to give them more speed, or at least that's what I presume they're doing. Here they come across the line now, and then you can take a really, really shallow angle into that first corner. And there they go, out towards the sea. Yachts boats following them through. And Yachts have gone third quickest, actually, with an identical time to T-Bone Station. Both boats have done a 2:39.17, but T-Bone Station said it first, so they are provisionally in second place. But Francois Pinelli and Salvi Baccio look like they're having a pretty strong run. And they've just gone through to start another flying lap by the looks of things. There is Abu Dhabi team, meanwhile, hitting almost 180 kilometers an hour. Before trying to get that boat slowed for the reasonably tight right-hander at the top of the course. They are currently 7th quickest. "12 seconds off the pace of ex-Dubai. Nadir Bin Hendi and Arif Al-Zafin, who are currently the leading pair. And here come Abu Dhabi team. You can see how much rougher it is out into the sea. But then as soon as you come back sort of behind the palm and then around Logo Island, the sea's protected a little bit more. But nevertheless, absolutely flat out from Abu Dhabi team. This is great to see. So they disappear behind the island for a brief moment before coming back into the final corner. Be very interested to see what sort of lap time they can do. Abu Dhabi team are a very successful powerboat racing team. And they've already had their success in XCATs, but in previous years in the Class 1 World Championships and those sorts of events, they've been incredibly successful. Through the final corner they come then, just knocking it down to 110 kilometers an hour before getting back on the throttle. 4 strokes for Future and Lady Spain have both slowed. But here come Abu Dhabi team then towards the line. Currently well down the order. So let's see as they come through the line now whether they have managed to make any improvement on that. 2:46 was their last lap, but I'd have thought that would be an improvement. We'll just wait for the timing screens to update and then we'll let you know. But they've certainly slowed down. And there's another look. You can see the Burj Al Arab there on the right hand side. And that is the Palm Island. Out in front, a really spectacular venue for powerboat racing. A very different setting to Fujairah a couple of weeks ago. And Abu Dhabi team are now coming back to return. So they went 4th quickest with that lap, a 2:39.89, which means that 2nd, 3rd and 4th are separated by just 0.8 of a second. Admittedly, there's then 5 seconds to ex-Dubai up at the front at the moment, but that battle for 2nd position in this pole session is going to be very, very tight indeed. Across the line come T-Bone Station, currently 2nd quickest. I think that was to start a quick lap. As they come through turn 1, you can see them there on virtual live. We've got XCAT Racing coming back into view, the orange boat with Mikael Bengtsson and Eric Stark piloting it. Hitting 170 kilometers an hour before slowing it down for the final right-hander. It's sort of a double right-hander, really. There's 4 boys to negotiate. And here they come in their distinctive orange livery. Through they come. And towards the line. They are currently 9th quickest at the moment. So well off the pace, but expect that to pick up. We'll wait and see when the timing updates where they've jumped to, because they're 3rd in the standings at the moment. They finished 2nd in the Speed Cat run and then 3rd in the race in Fujairah. And Eric Stark is a very experienced pilot. Michael Bengtsson is new to XCAT racing, but has had a lot of national success in Sweden. As this is now T-Bone Station, boat number 10, run by the Fendi Racing team. Giovanni Carpatella and Ahmed Al-Khamili. Giovanni Carpatella, the man on the throttle, a very experienced racer, a former XCAT champion back in the early days of the championship. As they will just disappear behind Logo Island now before coming around the final corner. Videx are back out on the course, looking to improve because they haven't really managed to set a representative lap time so far. XCAT Racing jumped up to 7th quickest with that last lap, a 2-minute 44.46. So quite a large field spread at the moment. 10 seconds from 1st to 7th. But there's quite big jumps in between that. So it's 5 seconds 1st to 2nd. And then 6 seconds 2nd to 7th. So across the line come T-Bone Station. They have hurtled around there. And they've really straight lined the finish line. You can see them there on the screen. So we'll wait and see whether they've improved on their 2:39.17. They did by 0.2 of a second. So instead of being a 2:39.17, they did a 2-minute 39.15. So that's how hard these guys are pushing out there, is that they're shaving 0.1 of a second off their lap times. They could do with shaving 5 seconds off if they want to catch Dubai, who are about to come across the line now. The former Fazza team still have Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi, but they're now in a white and gold livery. There they go, through the first corner. Still 19 minutes to go. XCAT Racing just came across the line as well. You can see them there, boat number 2, but they've now backed off. So we'll keep an eye whether that's an improvement for Eric Stark and Michael Bengtsson. Currently 7th quickest on a 2:44.46. But Dubai, XCAT Racing and Videx are the only 3 boats out on the course at the moment. And there is Dubai. Starting to slow as they come towards the corner at the far end. And there we can see them now on camera. Spectacular to watch them. The boat's riding so low, just skimming the water. but it's going to be a tough ask for them to regain the championship lead anytime sooner. Retirement in the first race has really put them on the back foot as far as the championship is concerned. XCAT Racing didn't improve on that last lap. They were about a second slower. They did a 2 minute 45, so their 2:44.46 is still their best of the session so far. The order as it stands is Dubai on provisional pole position, T-Bone Station second, Yacht third, fourth is Abu Dhabi team, fifth is Moad, sixth is Lady Spain, seventh is XCAT Racing, eighth is Hawes and Booze, ninth is Four Strokes for Future, 10th is Dubai, 11th is Team Saracen Australia, and 12th is Videx. So that means that we've got 3 boats we haven't seen. As well, let's just keep an eye out on that lap from Dubai. A 2:34.57 is their best so far. And I think they just came across the line to do a 2:34.71 by the looks of things, so slightly slower than their previous best as they now come to a halt. So we haven't seen Rahib, Marine Investimenti Sud haven't set a lap time, and nor have Air Team. But there are Marine Investimenti Sud out there on the course, so they'll be setting a lap time soon. So then it's just Air Team and Rahib that are the 2 boats that haven't set a lap time yet in this pole session. And of those that have set a lap time, we're still waiting for Videx and Dubai to really set a competitive one. Oh good, they're at Air Team as well. You can see on Virtual Eye up in the top left hand corner the 28 boat, which is Gian Maria Gabbiani and Francesco Carlo. They're out there and they're going to be setting a lap before too long as well. So it's just Rahib that have yet to set a lap. Yep, they haven't been out at all, so we'll wait and see when they come out. There's Videx making their way up the back stretch. Again, they don't seem to quite have the straight line speed. It's noticeable there on Virtual Eye, but it's also noticeable when they just come past the start-finish line that they just don't look as quick when they're going in a straight line. But maybe this lap time will come and prove me wrong. So around the far end they come. We've got less than 15 minutes to go now. Dubai currently on provisional pole position, a 2 minute 34.57. T-Bone Station second. Only 0.2 of a second ahead of Yacht. So that's going to be very close. With Abu Dhabi team just half a second behind them. And then we've got Moad and Lady Spain very close together as well in the battle over 5th places. So still positions to be resolved, and this will decide the starting order for the race tomorrow. The second round of the 2015 UIM XCAT World Series. Now we're about to have Marine Investimenti Sud across the line. There they come. Serafino Barlesi and Alessandro Baroni. And then Air Team as well. So yes, there's Hawes and Booze back out on the course as well. Still waiting for those lap times from Marine Investimenti Sud and Air Team to come through. But with 12 minutes to go, I think we've probably seen the end of Dubai. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi probably satisfied that their 5-second margin up at the front should be enough. Hawes and Booze are still out there pushing. because they need to find... they only need to find half a second to overtake the XCAT racing team. But if they can find 3 or 4 seconds, they can be up mixing it with the top 4 or 5. Dubai, T-Bone Station, Yacht, Abu Dhabi team and Moad, the top 5 at the moment. There are Hawes and Booze out on the course at the moment. The 6th boat run by Nicolini Offshore. Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli piloting the boat. And Luca Nicolini is the team manager. As they come around the final corner now, we'll see if Videx... well, Videx are slowing. So it looks like they're happy with their progress so far. But they're still down in 12th place. They just don't... well, we'll have to wait and see when they come back in. We'll speak to them after the session. But it doesn't look as though they have the sort of pace that they need at the moment. But here come Hawes and Booze across the line. .246.34 is their best so far. No, my apologies. A 244.81 is their best so far. There's Marine Investimenti Sud coming through. And cool, getting a bit close to Videx there on the exit of the corner. You can just see it there on virtual eye. The two of them getting very, very close. And then Air Team across the line. So hopefully they'll have set reasonably competitive lap times. We'll keep an eye out on the screens. So it was a 2:54. Sorry, a 2:43 for Marine Investimenti Sud and a 2:51 for Air Teams. That puts Marine Investimenti Sud 7th, demoting XCAT Racing, and it puts Air Team 11th, just in front of Dubai. Let us not get confused between Dubai and ex-Dubai this weekend. There are Hawes and Booze. They were praying for rough weather in Fujairah because they had that last year and finished second, and then had the same result earlier this year. Because although it is a victory team boat, this Nicolini machine, it does tend to suit the rougher waters a little better than some of the other boats out there. Abu Dhabi team had just made their way out of the pits for one final assault with 9 minutes to go here in the pole session in Dubai. The Dubai International Marine Club just to the bottom of this picture. There it is. In this marina district of Dubai, the Mina Siahi area. And yeah, there's the Dubai International Marine Club just there on the right hand side. And what a spectacular view it is. Hawes and Booze about to come across the line then. Currently down in 9th place. Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli come through the first turn. Wait and see if they manage to improve their time at all. 2:44.81 is their best of the session so far. Marine Investimenti Sud come through, currently in 7th place. We'll wait and see when the timing updates whether they've made any progress. And Air Team still lapping out there as well. Although Marine Investimenti Sud and Air Team have both just backed off, so that's the end of their runs. They may just mill around and then go for it again, as I can see Videx doing, I think. But T-Bone Station is still out there, trying to get a little closer to X Dubai. There they are. Giovanni Carpatella and Ahmed Al-Khamili. Looks like they're going slowly at the moment to then take a run-up, as it were, for their final attempt, potentially, at this pole position session. Abu Dhabi team as well, about to loop around. But there are T-Bone Station, picking up the pace as Giovanni Carpatella and Ahmed Al-Hamili start their lap. Very neat through the first corner, and then heading out to the sea. Abu Dhabi team as well, you can see, have taken that kink line into the final turn to give them more straight line speed, and they're already going to be hitting 170 kilometers an hour as they come across the line and into the first corner. That Abu Dhabi team boat is very, very smooth on the water. There's no dramas at all as it came through turn one. It almost looks slow, which in a lot of situations can mean it's actually fast. Oars and Boos have just finished their lap, you can see on the right hand side, but Abu Dhabi team are making their way up. Dubai are coming out as well for another run, and goodness me, do they need another run. The front runners in the series are down in 12th place at the moment and are only 6th in the championship. But this is the championship leading boat, Abu Dhabi team, boat number 5, Rashid Al-Tara and Falakh Al-Mansouri. They're currently 4th quickest, but just 7/10 of a second would see them move second. So there's very much an opportunity here for the Abu Dhabi team. There is boat number 7, Dubai, making their way out of the pits. So we've got Videx out there as well. They're about to come across the line in front of me, and I'm just going to have a look again because they just don't look like they're going at full speed. Here they come. That's just not fast. So I don't know quite what's happening with the Videx team, because they're very strong pilots and regular podium finishers, Alfredo Amato and Marco Panesi. But the pace isn't there at the moment. T-Bone Station across the line. Let's see whether they've managed to improve. Currently second quickest, 2 minute 39.15. They do improve at 2 minute 38.65, so they remain in second place, but they give themselves a bit of a gap back to Yacht and Abu Dhabi team. Marine Investimenti Sud just came through. We'll see their lap time in a moment, but here come Abu Dhabi team. Currently 4th quickest. Are they going to be able to climb up the order at all? The championship leaders come across the line now. And we'll wait and see their lap time. Marine Investimenti Sud, Lady Spain are out there as well. It doesn't look like that was an improvement from Abu Dhabi team. They remain in 4th place with a 2:39.65. Dubai taking that wide line into the final corner. They too are going for a flat-out final run. 2.5 minutes left to go in this pole session. Through come Dubai, across the line to start their lap. There is boat number 7. Salim Al-Adidi and Issa Al-Ali. Dubai currently on provisional pole position. T-Bone Station 2nd, Yacht 3rd, Abu Dhabi Team 4th, Moad 5th, Lady Spain are in 6th, Marine Investimenti Sud 7th, XCAT, Hawes and Booze, 4 strokes for Future, Air Team, Dubai, Saracen Australia and Videx, completing the 14 boats we've had out there on the course. It's only Rahib that hasn't set a lap time. But we did see them out in the free practice session, so they are here and are running. Here's the Dubai boat coming up towards the far end of the course. Videx come across the line. There's Abu Dhabi team. Lady Spain about to come through. The Altman Marine boat, currently 6th quickest at the moment. Pushing really hard into that first corner. And there's Marine Investimenti Sud, remaining in 7th place, I think, for the time being. As Abu Dhabi team wind up for one more run. That big loop out of the final corner. Throttle down. And the championship leaders, Rashid Al-Tara and Falak Al-Mansuri, flash across the line now. With 15 seconds to go, so that's just their last chance now for Abu Dhabi team. They're currently 4th quickest, a second away from 2nd quickest. So there are positions to be made out there. It looks as though Dubai have got the pole position in the bag. But here come the Dubai boat now through the final corner. Salim Al-Adidi and Issa Al-Ali. About 110 kilometers on the apex of that second and final corner. And here they come now across the line. We'll wait and see whether they are able to jump up the order anymore. A 251.31, their best so far. There's Lady Spain and Abu Dhabi team. Abu Dhabi team are going to be the ones to watch. But Lady Spain have got a lot of pace in them as well. Jay Price making his return to the championship, and Roberto Lopiano also making his return to the championship. Around the final 2 turns. Here's Abu Dhabi team meanwhile. There's Lady Spain about to come across the line. Currently 6th quickest at 241.42. Wait and see whether there's any improvement from them. Currently in 6th position. And now here come Abu Dhabi team. Through the final turns. Currently 4th quickest. Are they able to make it up into the top 3? Here comes the number 5 boat. Rashid Al-Tar and Falak Al-Mansuri across the line. If they can gain half a second, they'll go up to 3rd, which they do. A 2-minute 38.82. Abu Dhabi team qualify in 3rd place then, just getting past Yacht with their final lap. So Dubai on provisional pole position. T-Bone Station second, Abu Dhabi team third, Yacht fourth, Moad fifth. We'll just wait because Marine Investimenti Sud, I think, are still set to come through and do a lap time. But it looks like they're slowing, actually looking for the speeds of things. So it looks as though that's the conclusion to the pole position session, which we'll see ex-Dubai start round 2 of the UIM XCAT World Series. The Dubai Grand Prix here in Mina Sayahi on pole position tomorrow. T-Bone Station will start in second place. Third will be Abu Dhabi team. Fourth will be Yacht. Fifth will be Moad. Sixth, Lady Spain. Seventh, Marine Investimenti Sud. Eighth, XCAT Racing. Ninth, Horse and Booze. 10th, Four Strokes for Future. 11th, Air Team. 12th, Dubai. 13th, Team Saracen Australia. 14th, Videx. And not setting a lap time, unfortunately, was Rahib. So, what an entertaining pole position session that was. Hopefully you've enjoyed the first look at the boats out here on the course. The next action is going to be coming up at 3 o'clock for the Dubai Duty Free Speed Cat Run, which will see pretty much a drag race of the boats as they head down from pretty much under the bridge where the palm is, and then across the line. Just Marine Investimenti Sud now to cruise back to the pit lane. So many thanks for joining us for this pole position session. Marine Investimenti Sud coming across the line now, just cruising their way back. But it's ex-Dubai who will start the Dubai Grand Prix on pole position tomorrow. But make sure you join us back here at 3 o'clock at the Dubai International Marine Club in Mina Siahi for the Dubai Duty Free Speed Cat Run. We'll see you then.